Chad here from CNR Reviews. I've got the Glock 26 here. It's already in a vise, and we're going to be doing a sight installation video today. We have some meprolight night sights here. They're the green in front, green in rear, and we're going to show you guys how to install them. What you're going to need is you're going to need some type of a punch set. We really recommend you use some type of brass punches because you can actually get the brass off of the finish. It's a little bit easier to get off. If you use some type of a steel punch, you run the risk of scratching the finish of the gun, and we've actually had a gunsmith do that to us before, so me and Ryan have decided to start installing our own sights. So what you want to do to remove the rear sight, take a punch. You actually have a little groove here.
Let me see if I can get that on here. It's kind of... There it is.
There's a little groove, and you just go ahead and just stick the punch. You can almost stick the punch in the groove. You want to tap the sight off, and it's almost off. Actually, well, that's a plastic one back there, guys, and you guys can see it's actually denting the sight. That's how cheap those little piece of crap sights are. So let's go ahead and get a bigger punch. And there we go. And it's almost off. There we go. A couple more taps. There we are. So as you can see, this is a little cheap plastic goofy sight from Glock. These sights do just fine though. And but the thing is if you're going to be carrying this gun, you want some type of night sights or something like that on there, and you can install them yourself. It's pretty easy to do. Let's go ahead and let's wipe out the inside. We'll grab a little Q-tip.
Now the thing with brass punches, guys, if you do get like a little line like that or something like that, that should come right off.
Yeah.
When you clean it up.
And we'll just take a little bit of oil, throw it on there. And I'm not too concerned what's underneath because you're not going to really see it. So, all right, let's go ahead and let's take the rear sight from the meprolight, and we're going to get it started.
Now make sure you face these the correct way, guys.
Yep. And let's see. As you guys can see, it's actually leaving a brass residue.
Alright guys, as you can see, this is almost on here, and it's just, you know, you just got to be persistent and take your time, just like any other type of gunsmithing that you're taking upon yourself. Yeah, if you guys are going to do this, I would actually recommend a sight pusher. It's more like a little vise. It's more like a little vise that'll actually get it.
That's actually pretty.
Yeah, actually push it on there.
Dead on. Look at that.
Yeah, actually that's pretty good there, Chad.
Okay, I think that's where it's going to stay for now. Let's go ahead and let's do the front sight, guys. I'll show you how to remove the front sight.
Now the front sight should be a lot easier.
Yep, and we're going to clean that up too. So we're going to clean it up actually real quick, the rear sight. Just we're actually going to take some oil. And that is brass, so we have a little...
Yeah, and the brass, again, should come off of the finish, guys. We do have a little wire brush here that we've
been playing with.
Seeming to take a lot of it off.
And actually, it almost took it all off.
Actually looks pretty good. Look at that, guys. Well, see if I can get it to focus on it. There it is. That's actually not too bad, Chad.
That's not too bad at all, actually. It just left a residue, so...
It's not bad for a carry gun.
No, and we'll get this guy cleaned up. Let's go ahead and let's do the front sight. Now, the front sight, you're going to need a 3/16 inch socket. And I've heard a couple guys, I'm not going to say their names or the name, but if you're going to start going ahead and sanding your freaking sockets down and stuff to make it fit, for as long as it's going to take you to do that, you might as well just go out and buy one. This is like $4 on Amazon. It's a little cheap one. It's called a Weehaw or something like that. 3/16 by 60. Thing does just fine, and it should fit the little nut that's in there. I don't know if Ryan can get a view on the nut.
Yeah, this thing doesn't seem to like the... Yep, there it is right there.
So then what you would do is just take this guy, stick it in there, and we're just going to unscrew it.
It actually unscrews really easy, guys. I was actually pretty shocked at how easy it comes out.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and let's... there's the screw.
Make sure you don't lose that. You're going to need that.
Well, actually, the other one comes with it.
Oh, does it really?
And let's go ahead and let's get a little punch because it seems like this guy's stuck in there.
Oh, it does, huh? Look at that. Sweet.
And there we go. There's the sight.
All right, so Chad just used a little punch and went from the inside there, Chad, on the
Yeah, I
on
went
the
from the inside to punch that front side out, and there's that front side, guys. There's the bottom of it. Little goofy bottom. Let's go ahead and set that to the side too. So this is the meprolight sight, and you have a little screw, little nut here, so you want to go ahead and take that off. And make sure you don't lose this one. Go ahead and set that to the side. Go ahead and set that on there if you want.
Now, Chad, are you going to be Loctiting that in at all?
This is going to be Loctite. I have blue Loctite.
Okay, and the blue Loctite, guys, is the non-permanent. It'll hold it, but you can still take it off. The red stuff is supposed to be permanent.
Alright guys, so we got the little screw. I'm going to go ahead and put some blue Loctite on there.
Now you guys have to remember that blue Loctite a little bit goes a long way, guys.
Make sure that you're not rubbing it off either.
I mean, that's literally a drop. And make sure, yeah, that you don't rub it off before you get it into the actual sight. Chad's just going to kind of get it in there as best as he can.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try to get this sight at least started.
Get it to clamp on it there, huh?
Yeah, okay, we got it. Alright, so there we go. I actually got it to thread just a little bit. And we'll go ahead and twist this guy on. You don't want to over tighten because you want to do some adjustments. Let's go ahead and let's loosen this guy up just a hair. Alright, go ahead and look at that. There it is.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Chad. I think that's pretty straight.
Okay, let's go ahead and
tighten it all the way.
Tighten this guy down. You don't want to over tighten. Alright guys, so there we go. We got the front sight installed. We have a little blue Loctite on there. The rear sight, you know, you can shave down the rear sight just a little bit to make it go on there a little bit easier. But I didn't add any blue Loctite and it is tight. I mean, that sumbitch is on there. So let's go ahead and put the gun back together and see how it looks.
And actually, guys, we can actually take the gun into a closet here and see how these night sights work.
Alright guys, so those are the sights. Those are the meprolights. Very easy, very nice sight picture. As you can see, they're glowing really nice and bright. And if an assailant was to come in or something like that using a self-defense situation, that's perfect, guys. So those are the meprolights for the Glock 26. Alright guys, so those were the sights at night. And I'm going to tell you guys why I actually chose the meprolights. First of all, price. They're $109. Yes, I know Trijicons are less expensive. But the difference is, if you can see around the tritium, there's actually a white area. The quality of that is just night and day compared to the Trijicon. The Trijicon quality, it's almost like that's a second thought for them. And they kind of just, I don't know, the stuff almost looks cheap. It almost looks like it's just going to come off. And I've actually had it come off of my Stoker Cougar after I spent a fortune to get them installed. Another thing is that I've heard other guys on YouTube who have installed sights say you can get your sights installed for $5 or $10. Just buy them and take them into somebody. And that's not true. That's not true at all. There are gun shops where you can purchase the sights and they will install them for a minimal fee. Some of them actually will do a free installation, but it depends on who you're buying it from. The least amount I've ever seen is $30. And don't be surprised to go into a gun shop, buy it, and them tell you it's going to cost you $75 to have them installed. It's not very cheap. So in the long run, if you were to buy your own kit, and these kits run about $30 from Cabela's, with a brass punch and hammer, and then you can use whatever other hammers you need to, rubber mallets. And especially if you have multiple guns you plan on installing sights on, it's more than worth the money to just invest in something like that. So guys, if you have any questions regarding the meprolight night sights, feel free to ask. This is Chad from CNR Reviews. We got Ryan on the camera, and we really appreciate your time. Have a good day.